Week 6 is here, and it's time to right our wrongs from last week. We had a little subpar last week, but we're here to go for the trifecta to get 3-0 because I'm going to give you 3 hot picks to take to the bank NFL Week 6. Let's go. Starting off with the first game, you got the Seattle Seahawks heading on the road to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, Cincinnati finally showed up to the party this season with Jamar Chase having one of those hell of a games and Joe Burrow looking like the old Joe Burrow that we know. He says the calf is a lot healthier. He looked like it last week. And Jamar Chase was just melting faces because if you play DraftKings or FanDuel, you didn't have him in your lineup last week, pretty sure you ain't make no damn money. But they are going against a defense that travels well in Seattle. You got Bobby Wagner, who is the heart and soul of that defense, who just came back to the Seahawks this year after a little vacation down in L.A. But then you got a star in the making in Devin Witherspoon, who's been playing out of his mind out in that secondary. Also, Seattle loves to blitz and they love to apply pressure to quarterbacks. So we're going to find out early and often just how healthy and how good that calf feels on Joe Burrow. Now, Seattle's offense is no slouch either with Geno Smith and DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, all of them boys playing ball. But Cincy is still halfway decent against the passing game, but they leak real bad against the run. So I look for Kenneth Walker III to have a phenomenal day to put up numbers against this defense in Cincinnati. So you know where I'm leading to, right? I'm telling you to take those 3 points that you're going to get with Seattle, but you might not even need them because I'm calling for the upset. Give me Seattle 24, Cincinnati 21. Lock it in. Just saying. Now, one of the better games on the week actually doesn't fall on till Monday night, which is kind of good and kind of bad in a sense, but nonetheless, you got the Dallas Cowboys heading on the road to take on the Los Angeles Chargers. Now, we know what Dallas just went through. They got their ass smoked last week against San Francisco 49ers. After all of the Cowboy fans were pumping their chest, beating their chest, saying that they're one of the top tier teams in the NFC. Wait a minute. Let's put things into perspective a little bit. Now, if you look at the 3 wins that Dallas does have on the season, let's think about what they have in common. You got a win against the Giants, you got a win against the Jets, and you got a win against the New England Patriots. What do they have in common? Poor quarterback play. When you face Josh Dobbs, who's been playing out of his mind for Arizona, you took a L. And you know what Brock Purdy just did to him last week. They tore that ass up. Now you got to go against Justin Herbert, who is one of the premier quarterbacks in all of football. Not to mention Austin Eckler may be coming back after missing every week since week 1. And they're coming off of a bye. So they kind of are getting a little healthier. My problem with that is that I don't know if I trust the Chargers defense. I mean, you still got Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack who are going to apply pressure to Dak Prescott. And Dak Prescott has been showing that he's prone to taking sacks. But that damn secondary of the Chargers is awful. I mean, it is awful. So CeeDee Lamb really could have a day. It's all about Dak Prescott being able to go to his wide receiver 1, CeeDee Lamb, and letting him have a day. As much as I want to take the Chargers, I swear I want to take the Chargers, so doggone bad, I don't like Brandon Staley, the head coach. And I know Kellen Moore is looking for payback. He's looking for payback. He's going to want to put up numbers against these Cowboys. But this is a do or die, make or break game for both teams, actually. But I'm going to have to side with the overall talent on the Dallas Cowboys side. So I'm going to have to go with the Dallas Cowboys swallowing the 2 or 3 points, whatever it is. But you take Dallas in a shootout. Give me Dallas 34, Chargers 27. Lock it in. Just saying. And for the final game of the week, it's a bit of a homer. It's a bit of a homer pick. You got the Atlanta Falcons hosting the Washington Commanders. Now, Vegas is not sure what in the hell to expect from Desmond Ridder because the spread is locked in where it's at. Because if they knew Desmond Ridder could play at a high level, this spread will be out of control because I'm telling you, Atlanta has the opportunity to put up numbers. Did you see what Washington made Chicago's offense look like? They had Justin Fields looking like an MVP the other week. They had Chicago looking just phenomenal because that defense is that bad. Other than the front 4 for Washington, what do you have? Nothing. A secondary that is straight trash. And you got Drake Londons of the world. You got Kyle Pitts and Jonnu Smith at the tight end positions just lighting things up. Not to mention the star in the making of Bijan Robinson, who can just do all things and just make it look so easy and so good. What I'm alluding to is that Atlanta should put up some numbers, man, but I don't know if I could trust Desmond Ridder. However, he did look great last week. He looked phenomenal. He put up high fantasy numbers, 329 yards passing with a tutty. No picks, no turnovers, and most of all, he did not take a sack, which is big. On the flip side of that coin, you look at Washington's offense. I don't see anything spectacular about them at all, do you? Even Magic Johnson, one of the co-owners, the new owners, said that they don't play with no damn heart and no passion. That ain't good. And that ain't good for Ron Rivera because that seat is getting turned up a little bit up in Washington. And not to mention Atlanta defense has been balling this year. They are a top 10 defense, might be a top 5 defense. Just wait and see. They're going to put up numbers on Washington, turnovers galore. Desmond Ridder's going to have a day, not to mention Bijan Robinson is going to have the coming out party that we've been waiting for since he was drafted, and a lot of y'all picked him up in your fantasy drafts. So, yeah, it's a homer pick, but I love the blowout. Give up the 3. Give me Atlanta 31, Washington Commanders 10. Lock it in, NFL Week 6. Let's get this money. I'm just saying what I see.